Hello and welcome to this video on marketing, marketing mix and product design. In this video we're going to look at what is meant by the marketing department and their objectives, then what is the marketing mix, and then finish off by looking at one of the components, which is product, and in particular the product design mix. So let's start off with what is meant by the marketing department. Well, they are a group of staff within the business who are responsible for sales promotion and identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer requirements profitably. So effectively, they're in charge of attracting customers, maintaining customers, making sure customers are happy, selling the products, and ensuring the business makes a profit. Now, the marketing department within a business will set itself objectives. And first of all, these objectives will be SMART. And what do we mean by that? Well, the S stands for specific, the M for measurable, the A for achievable, the R for realistic, and the T for time-bound. So these should be clear objectives that are specific to the department, marketing department. They can measure when they've achieved them. They should be achievable, realistic, and also have a time frame. So for example, the marketing department might set itself an objective to say increase sales by 10% by 2020, or improve their brand recognition in the next 5 years, and maybe use some form of market research to measure whether that's been achieved or not. Now, the marketing department, in order to achieve these objectives, will normally be responsible for what's known as the 4 Ps, and that is product, promotion, price, and place. And it's these combination of the 4 Ps and getting the strategy for each P correct that will enable the success of the marketing department. So the marketing mix, the 4 Ps of the marketing mix, are the combination of having the right product, the right price, in the right place, and making customers aware of it through promotion so that the marketing department can achieve their objectives. Instead, we're going to focus on product here, the first P of the marketing mix. And by product, we mean the good or the service that the business offers. Important factors the business should consider when designing their product are some of the following down here. The design, the technology used, how useful it is, convenience to quality, packaging, branding, and accessories. We're going to focus in particular about the design and the design mix. So when designing a product, businesses will normally think about 3 broad categories. First of all, aesthetics. How does it appear? Secondly, function. Does the product meet or do what the customer wants it to do? And thirdly, the cost. What's the cost involved in designing this? So the design mix is the combination of these 3 things. And these 3 things must be taken into account, particularly during the research and development stage of a project, during the product lifecycle, i.e. prior to launching onto the marketplace. So from a functional point of view, is the product fit for purpose? Does it meet all the legal requirements? Is it reliable, convenient, safe? Does it give the product a USP? From an aesthetic perspective, does it appeal to customers in terms of how it looks and how it feels? How can aesthetics again help to differentiate a product? From a cost perspective, does the design allow the product to be made and sold profitably? i.e. is the unit cost low enough, and can we add value to it to have a positive contribution towards profit? Now, a famous business theorist, Michael Porter, would argue that it's quite difficult to do all of these things well at the same time. A beautifully designed aesthetic product that also is very cheap. So he would suggest that you would focus on one of these particular areas and make that your real key differentiator. So for example, you might be the lowest cost in the market, or you might be the coolest, the best design, the most aesthetic, or you might just be the most functional. Having said that, you might argue that perhaps some products themselves can achieve all 3. If you look at this Fiat 500, you might say, is it functional? Yes. Does it look good? Yes. And is it low cost? Yes. So some businesses may argue that they can achieve all 3. Michael Porter would argue that you need to focus on one in particular to differentiate yourself from competition. Now, increasingly, as society changes, this will have an impact on how products are designed. And one impact has been increasing environmental awareness. So products are now being designed with waste minimization in mind. So for example, to be durable and easy to repair, or to have minimal packaging and use less energy in transportation. Also, they can be designed to be reused or recycled. So they're easy to take apart and repurpose, used for different things, or making products that are from widely recycled materials. Another trend in society that's had an impact on product design is ethical sourcing. So now businesses may increasingly select suppliers with a similar ethical stance. So for example, a coffee company that chooses responsibly grown coffee bean farmers. Also, they will maybe need to behave more ethically towards their suppliers, so paying them a fair price, not taking bribes and paying promptly. Otherwise, they may face bad press because of the nature of the product or the service that they're providing. What might be the benefits of responding to these trends? Well, here are some ideas. Reducing waste can reduce costs, it could be a competitive advantage, may allow a premium price to be charged, can help with recruitment if you respond to this environmental or maybe ethically driven changes in society. Here's an example. And it's an increasing trend. So Generation Z, people born after 1993, they're considered very likely to say they want to have a positive impact on the world. And so these consumers value companies that are more ethically minded, or perhaps have a more concern for the environment. Now we must consider whether responding ethically to social trends may come at a cost. Could there be a trade-off here between profit and ethics? That's one to think about. So in this video, we've looked at what is meant by marketing department and their objectives. We've introduced the concept of the marketing mix, and we focused in particular on product and the product design mix. That's it. Thank you very much for listening.